which we've seen, more than once here, right? It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's going to calculate a total value. So, like sum order total here is going to calculate the sum of all orders, right? Now, here's the thing. If this sum order total is used in a chart, let's say as a measure, which we've seen, that kind of stuff here, right? Basically, if it has a dimension of customer, then guess what? This sum order total is automatically going to calculate the total amount of orders for each customer. So the point is, you might be used to doing that using, say, a group by clause in a SQL statement. Or if you're using access, depending on where you put that control with sum order total, that's going to determine how it adds up. Here in Qliksense, well, it depends on the dimension within that particular visualization. So similar, but there are some differences here as well. Min-max, right? That's pretty much what it sounds like. We're calculating the smallest or largest values in a set of numbers. And for this one, we're looking to find the minimum number of sick leave hours for each gender. Now, the point here is they're not saying it explicitly, but this would be used in a script. So we're not depending upon that dimension to group. Rather, we're explicitly saying right here in the script, group by gender. Right? I think that's an important distinction to make. And then we also have first value, last value. Now, this one's a little bit subtle. This might not be immediately obvious here. What we're doing is calculating the first and last strings in the particular load order. Now, why would we care about this? Well, we might want to know what is the employee ID that was loaded first. Where that usually comes into play is if you are paying attention to your sort order, especially from the raw data source, right? So maybe you want to find, I don't know, like the first record or something like that. So again, that the sort order, I think, is an important point that they didn't mention on that one. Okay, we also have the concat function, and we're getting pretty close to the end here. We actually are going to do an example of this one. The concat function is important, but I would emphasize that it does need to be used with the group by clause, similar to what we saw here just a few minutes ago, right? So for this one, let me get out of PowerPoint again, and we're going to go to our script editor in Qliksense. All right. And we're actually just going to stuff this on a new tab. This is getting kind of long here, so I want you to be able to see this in isolation. What do you say? Click on that plus sign right there. All right. And we'll call this managers. Managers. All right. And in the script part, we're going to say manager IDs, manager IDs, colon, load, and we'll say gender, comma, okay, and this is the star of the show right here. Ready? Concat, right? Concat. Now, you may be familiar with that, maybe not. When we add numbers together, the operation is called addition. When we add text together, that's called concatenation. And I'm not even making this up. That is a real word, right? So concat, we want to, basically add text together. Now, I'm going to go right in the middle here, and I'm going to say manager ID. You can see that is a field, comma, single quote, semicolon, single quote. And we'll talk through that in just a moment. Let's finish it out, though. We'll say as manager ID underscore list. Underscore list. And again, just to finish it, it's going to be resident employees group by gender. Make sure you put a semicolon at the end. All right. And I want to talk a little bit about that concat. Let me load it just to make sure I don't have any syntax errors. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to put that in Word so you can see